Good morning, and welcome to Unity of Palmyra, where, centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. And we have had an opportunity this week to practice that as we are grieving the loss of one of our members, and that is Bev Smith. Passed very unexpectedly on Wednesday. So we will be honoring her this Saturday. The family has asked that the memorial service be here because, as Bev shared in some of her notes, because yes, she left notes, this was her happy place. So I will be working on the service this week. We'll be sending out probably tomorrow more details of the service, but please do be here next Saturday morning to honor our church mom, because that's kind of what she felt like. So if you are here for the first time, I'm not usually dressed like this, although I would love to be. Today, after the service, is our TLC. It's tender loving care of our building. So thank you to those of you who can stay. We do have pizza coming, and we have clipboards with different areas where you can help, and we're going to try to be as organized as possible and also have as much fun as possible this afternoon together. And I just think it would just absolutely tickle Bev that the church is going to be in absolute pristine condition for her memorial service. She would really love that. The girls said that one of the things she always said to them was, get up, dress up, and show up. And she did. So we're going to dress up the church a little bit for our Bev. So you can do whatever you want. I remember. Yeah. So let's take a few minutes in prayer to ground ourselves, to be fully present to whatever we are feeling right now in this moment, to whatever memories are surfacing, whatever sadness. As we honor today Bev's presence, her joy, her sweetness, her feistiness. And we know that she would want us to find the positive in this, because that's how Bev lived her life. And so right now we give ourselves the gift of being fully present to right now. And this week has been an incredible reminder that tomorrow is not guaranteed. And so we honor today. We commit to being fully here today, right now, in this moment. And as always, we enter into this experience with gratitude. As we say thank you for this time to come apart for a while, to remember the truth of who we are. That we are spiritual beings having an incredibly interesting and sometimes painful human experience. We say thank you for whatever safe space you are in this morning, whether you are joining us here in the sanctuary or you are watching us and participating from home. We're so glad that you're here. And finally, we say thank you for one another, for this beloved community who comes together in happy times and sad, committed to making a difference in the world, committed, dedicated to being the change we wish to see in our lives, in our community, and on our planet. And so it is. Amen. So let's stand. May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to hurt, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Divine Spirit. So I would like to acknowledge Kate, who has stepped up in a huge way for us. For those of you who are not aware, Janie is in Texas. Her father also passed on Wednesday. So Kate has just stepped up and is supporting us today and is going to support Bev's service and is going to be with us also next Sunday. So if you ever question why community is important, this week is such a brilliant and beautiful example of why. So speaking of, let's sing "We Are One in the Spirit."
We are one in the Spirit, we are one in our hearts. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in our hearts. We celebrate the harmony our unity imparts. They'll know who we are by our love, by our love. They'll know who we are by our love. We will work with each other, we will work side by side. We will work with each other, we will work side by side. And we'll guard each one's dignity and honor each one's pride. They'll know who we are by our love, by our love. They'll know who we are by our love. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. And together we'll spread the news that God is in our land. They'll know who we are by our love, by our love. They'll know who we are by our love.
Let's share together in our vision. Centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. And our mission, wherever we are, we provide a welcoming community that inspires and encourages all who gather here through the teaching, sharing, and practice of universal spiritual principles. I'm navigating the chairs today. And one of the ways that we practice those principles is to honor wherever you are on your hugging journey. So if you want to hug, we will bring it on in. If you're more comfortable with the handshake, we will respect that. And if you want us to leave you completely alone, we totally understand. And we will honor whatever bubble you create around yourself. Enjoy one another.
welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, you're awesome.
Okay. Just, I want to keep the announcements really brief today because we do have a rich, full day planned. Our prayer chaplains today are Linda Longenecker and Helen Baker, and they're sitting right here, and they have the prayer stoles on. They'll be holding sacred space for us throughout the service, and they'll also be available over here for one-on-one prayer after the service if you would like that. As I said, it is our Tender Loving Care Day today. We have lots of little and medium-sized projects today. If you would like to help out, we do have pizza coming, so we will feed you. And we have a plethora of projects that should fit everyone's special talents. If you ordered a Pride shirt, they are in the Rose Room. Your name is on your shirt, and we're on the honor system for payment. There's a check-off sheet there. Just put your payment in the envelope, and then we can reimburse the church credit card for those. And then just another reminder that there will be a service here for Bev next Saturday morning. Details to follow. So, and before the Daily Word, I wanted to just explain a little bit why these chairs are up here this morning, so that we can just go right into that time together. So the topic for today is yoga and unity, and this came from Misty. It was one of her things, and basically what she wanted me to look at was what are the similarities and differences between the yogic principles and unity principles, and spoiler, there aren't many differences. So we thought it would be neat to have for the meditation today some chanting instead of a meditation, and that idea actually came up from the prayer chaplain retreat where Linda Klein led us in some Vedic chanting on Friday evening, and it was such an incredible experience for us. The energy was just amazing, and immediately I was thinking, okay, how can we incorporate this into a service so that the entire community can feel this and can experience this? And Misty said right away, well, aren't you talking about yoga? Like, let's do it on Yoga Sunday. So after the Q&A, Linda Klein will be coming up here with some of our prayer chaplains, and they're going to be leading us in some chanting, and it's going to be call and response. So you just, whatever Linda says, you say. You don't have to read a slide, you go into the flow of it. And I hope that you have that amazing experience that we had. And she is also going to explain to you what the words mean, that the chant will be, is it Sanskrit? Is that what it's in? But she's going to explain to us what we're doing. And then you'll understand after my talk why the chanting is an important part of the yogic practices. So, having said that, Miss Sherry, would you read the Daily Word? Whoop, are you on?
The word today is world peace. Affirming the divinity of all the world's people, I envision world peace. Peace is meant for every person of every faith in every land. Today, I look beyond the news of the world, reports of strife and conflict, even the agitation and unforgiveness in my own heart, and find the peace of God. I believe the desire for lasting peace is within each person's heart. In prayer, I affirm this truth and envision the desire growing stronger among the world's people until peace can no longer be denied. It is our shared destiny to live in peace. When each person wants for all people what they want for themselves, harmony will blanket the earth. I affirm the peace I wish for myself is dawning in the hearts of others. In prayer, I see them safe and secure in the heart of God, forever at peace. And from 2 Thessalonians 3:16, now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times in all ways. The Lord be with all of you.
I am home, my family is here. I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I'm lifted up in prayer.
So this is the time of our service where we consciously enter into prayer. In unity, we know that every thought, every word, every action is in fact prayer. So at this time, we mindfully acknowledge that and allow ourselves to sink into that consciousness where we fully integrate body, mind, and spirit, where we allow spirit to flow through us and as us. And as we hear today's daily word and affirm that world peace is possible, we remember as we sing at the close of every service that peace begins with us. Peace begins in each one of our hearts and our minds. As we notice where we are not at peace, where we are experiencing upset or anger, frustration, unforgiveness. And we notice all of that without judgment, without judging our humanity, and at the same time noticing with compassion, where can we heal? How can we drop all of these emotions and experiences into that place of peace? Into that place deep within each one of us, where all is calm and all is well. We do this without denying those feelings, without denying our humanity, and today without denying our grief. We acknowledge it all as part of that human experience that apparently we agreed to. And so today we remember that peace begins with us. And we commit to noticing when and where we are not at peace. And we practice coming back to center, coming back to ground, coming back to clarity and compassion, coming back to the truth of our being. And as always, we remember that together or apart, we are forever connected at the heart. Namaste.
Me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. You are beautiful. You are whole. You are beautiful. You are whole. I've seen my share of struggle when I thought that I knew best. When I sailed through a storm instead of stopping to rest. It always seemed the hardest when I made up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. Wanna be like water coming down the mountain, through the canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head upstream once more. Oh, I'm bound for the sea. Have you ever seen an eagle heading straight into the wind? Oh, she doesn't pick a fight, spreads her wings and just gives in. And in the end, she always makes it home just fine. I guess she knows every storm subsides. Wanna be like water coming down the mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill, no more. I am bound for the sea. I'll let nature take its course. No more thinking that I know where this river's meant to go. I have railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I never won and the heartache I felt. But it always seems I let go of expectations and regret. Life has plenty of surprises for me yet. Wanna be like water coming down the mountain in the shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, and I'll head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Wanna be like water coming down the mountains into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, I'll head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you, Daniel Naiman, for writing that for us. So today's talk is going to be collaborative. So I want to share some information about yoga that I found in my research. Some of you have started to call this the summer of Ask the Rev, right? Which I kind of love, by the way. I'm calling it the summer of copious research. So I actually have prepared a handout for you with a lot more details that I just can't cover all in the time allotted here. And Maria and Chris will be giving you that at the end of the service. But so what I want to do is I did find a couple of websites that I thought did a pretty good job of describing this for the layman. That would be me, right? And then once I share that information about yoga, I'm going to ask you what you think the similarities and differences are. So you have to pay attention, okay? So I'm just going to read through some of this for you. And then, of course, I have my own opinion about what the similarities and differences are, but I want to hear from you. So I found, the first website I found that was really helpful was called pranoga.com. And this is specifically about the 5 major principles of yoga. And this is one of the reasons I love this, because it starts off with yoga is a way of life. Yoga is a science, not a religion, of uniting the mind, body, and soul. It is also an art of living the right way. The techniques of yoga are very practical, so they can always be applied. This is the reason why yoga has been practiced for thousands of years and is still valid today. This practical science can be broken down into 5 major principles. So notice they've used the word practical twice, so I already love it. So the first is proper exercise, or asanas. I'm looking at Misty to make sure I'm pronouncing this right. You think last week was rough, guys, seriously. Okay, so proper exercise is necessary to keep the body healthy, strong, and flexible. The physical exercises or postures in yoga are called asanas. Asanas are gentle stretches that help in lubricating the joints, muscles, tendons, ligaments, and other parts of the body. They also help to improve circulation, release tension in the body, increase flexibility, and tone the nervous system. Anyone other than me really want all of those things. Asanas are meant to be performed in a slow, relaxed, and methodical manner. In addition to developing the physical body, the mind is also impacted in a positive way. Most people find it difficult to calm the mind. That would be the understatement of the century. We start with asanas to help start the process of calming the mind and create a good foundation for the next steps. So the next step, proper breathing, pranayama. Thank you. I should probably have a microphone back to you there. Okay, so this is proper breathing, or pranayama. Due to our modern lifestyles, most of us forget how to breathe. At best, our breathing becomes very shallow. All the cells and tissues in our bodies thrive on oxygen. Without an adequate supply of oxygen, our cells and tissues become weak, leading to diseases. Deep breathing provides an abundance of oxygen, which keeps the cells and tissues healthy. Upon exhalation, we expel impurities from our bodies. Lack of exhaling deeply does not remove enough impurities from our bodies. Shallow breathing, then, does not supply enough oxygen and does not expel enough impurities. The result is a toxic system, which is a perfect environment for diseases to form. Pranayama not only purifies the system, but it also helps to connect the body to the solar plexus area, where a tremendous potential energy is stored. This vital energy, or prana, is then released, rejuvenating the body and mind. The benefits of pranayama greatly outweigh those of asanas, so it is important to incorporate pranayamas into one's regular practice. And then we have savasana, proper relaxation. I'm loving this so much. In these times, we are measured by how much we can achieve and in the least amount of time. This causes us to be in constant motion. This constant motion then causes our bodies and minds to be overworked and stressed. Proper relaxation is yet another important factor we must incorporate into our regular practice in order to allow the body and mind to recharge and rejuvenate. Rest and relaxation help to calm the whole system. When we are in this state, it is sometimes difficult to calm the system, and even sleeping becomes difficult and doesn't help. Yogic relaxation techniques, or savasana, helps to calm the system by retraining the mind and body to relax. And then we get to proper diet and nutrition. So notice how holistic these principles are. What we eat has a subtle impact on our health and well-being. For a number of reasons, a plant-based diet is optimal for good health. So I'm just going to give you another spoiler. I think this is very interesting, as Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, who were co-founders of the Unity Movement, were vegetarians and teetotalers. Luckily, it's not a rule. It enables the body to maximize the benefit from food, air, water, as well as sunlight. It is also easy to digest and promotes good health. A yogic diet is simple, natural, and wholesome. Since the food we eat has a subtle impact, a yogic diet helps to achieve better health as well as a sharp yet calm mind. The only thing I would disagree with is I don't think the impact is subtle. And then finally, positive thinking and meditation. See, I'm giving you some of the answers ahead of time. Our mind is what drives our body. A calm and steady mind is required to keep our bodies in optimal condition. Positive thinking helps to purify the mind and experience inner peace. When we shift our focus from negative thoughts to positive thoughts, it changes our perception of the world around us. We start to see things in a more positive light, and negative situations stop affecting us in a strong way. Along with positive thinking, incorporating a regular meditation practice helps to keep the mind clear and focused. And they conclude with, all of the above is what yoga is all about. It is not just about some poses. The idea is to have optimal physical and mental health, which then helps us to navigate life in a more graceful way. And then just a couple of paragraphs from another site called Physiopedia.com. That was a very interesting site, and there's a bunch of stuff from that site on your handout. They go into great detail about the history of yoga and some of the teachers of yoga throughout history, and the difference between classic yoga and more modern yogic practices. It's all in your handout. But this is what I wanted to highlight. It says, yoga is a generic term for physical, mental, and spiritual disciplines originated from ancient India. It is a spiritual and ascetic discipline, including breath control, simple meditation, and adoption of specific body postures practiced for health and relaxation. The Sanskrit term yuj means to unite/integrate a person's own consciousness with the universal consciousness. It is a harmonious blend between the body, the mind, and the spirit, where the body controls the actions, the mind controls intelligence, and the spirit controls emotion. So this is why exercising, breathing, and meditation are all practices in this tradition. They say, thus, yoga teaches that the jivatma, okay, if you don't know, I don't know, so we're going to go with that. Human spirit can be united with Paramatma, which is God or the divine, to secure moksha, which is liberation. According to modern scientists, everything in the universe is just a manifestation of the same quantum firmament. So one who experiences this oneness of existence is said to be in harmony with the universe and may be called a yogi. So, what are you noticing? What are some of the similarities that you've noticed? yes.
Oneness, connectedness of all.
Yep, oneness, everything's connected, we're all connected. What else? That was the number one thing on my list. Hold on. That's okay, they can't hear you online though if you don't use the microphone.
It's a path to the center.
It's a path to the center, yep, yep. I would just have to say that this is a lot easier with sneakers on. I'm thinking maybe I can just jog up the aisles this morning. All right, who else, what else? I have a whole list up here, I want to hear from you. Similarities, yes, Linda, sorry.
All paths.
Yes, yes. One of the things that I keep forgetting, don't talk into this microphone. One of the things you're going to see in your handout, and one of the things that I actually love about this, this tradition, is there are different forms of yoga. So there's Hatha yoga, which is what we're most familiar with, and that is about the postures. But there's also Bhakti yoga, and Leslie, you're such a wonderful example. It's pure love, right? It's just love. And then there's Raja Yoga, and that's the one that focuses on the intellect and wisdom and knowledge. And then there's my favorite, which is Karma Yoga, and that's the yoga of work, of taking action, right? And what I think is so beautiful about those different forms is it really honors that we're different. Right? We practice in different ways. We have different strengths. We have different personalities. And I just love that yoga honors it all and recognizes that we come to that center and we experience that oneness in different ways. And just how honoring that is of our humanity. So, yeah, yes.
I was referring more to any religion, any other practice.
Right.
Like Jewish or Christian, it doesn't matter what your religious background is. to
Anyone can
this.
practice,
And
yes.
it can be with other, you can still be let's say, a Jewish and practice yoga.
Yes, absolutely. It is a universal practice, right? And we can also tune it to like whatever our faith system is, right? It's it's awesome. I do have to say that I took some yoga classes in Atlanta, and some of the postures didn't feel quite as gentle as they were represented. But maybe that was just me, right? Not quite as flexible as I used to be, but it was a very positive experience. You just want me to run up and down the aisles, okay?
I think when we're in that place,
Hold it closer, honey.
I think that Leslie had taught me, I'll listen to what a person's saying online, and they have a different perception of what's going on. They may not believe in reincarnation, but I'm afraid not afraid, but I don't want to miss what they might have to say by looking past that which they believe. Does that make any sense?
It totally makes sense. And it also goes back to that our actions speak much louder than our words, right? Our actions speak so much louder than our words. Okay, thank you.
I think that one of the things that I find starkly different, but I'm not totally aware of either one, is the fact that in yoga, it's very, there's more physical and more of a self-center cleansing, like before reaching out. I don't know. It seems like something where you're very, it's harder to do because you have to move. But I think it's a different kind that I've experienced. So it's just that yoga, the impression, I want you to answer me. But I think that the impression that I get is, and other people, it's like a physical practice that while you're physically doing it, you're breathing, etc. No, I know I'm wrong. So that's why I'm kind of asking for for clarity. I can sit here and I don't have to, cross my legs. And I love Shavasana. It's my favorite part of
Isn't that the
yoga.
best part? That was always my part. So for those of you not aware of what Shavasana is, it's at the end where you're just laying flat on your back like this, going, oh, thank God I'm not moving anymore. So I'm just going to anticipate part of what, well, now I want to go to you because I want to anticipate that that's why there are many practices. I mean, practicing breathing is yoga. I mean, you don't have to move if you don't want to. What I love about yoga is how holistic it is, that it recognizes that we can be the best breathers and meditators and eat the best food in the world, but if we never move, we're missing a big part of that. Is that what you were going to say? Or
Yeah, just that there's a misconception here in the States or in the Western world that asana is yoga, and people think of asana, which is only the physical practice, but the pranayama and the other components are so, like, you know, there's no physical requirement at all. So.
Yeah. So if you just sit and breathe, honey, you're practicing yoga. So you're good to go. Or Shavasana. Yeah, I love Shavasana. Oh, okay. I just want to say, you guys are so good. And please don't worry about making noise at all, okay? I love that you're here. All right, have a great time back here. All right, Leslie, and then Helene, did you have your hand up? Okay, let me do Leslie here.
Yeah, one of the similarities that I really feel in yoga and unity is that it honors that we're both spiritual and human beings.
Yep, that was on my list. Good, you guys are doing great. Let me go back here. I will have to double check my list then because now I'm losing track. But let me come back here to you.
That unity and yoga are both a way of life. How we're always talking about what we do here and how we have to take it out of the doors. And when you practice yoga, it really is completely life-changing in all aspects. So it's kind of like, it's not like, well, I'm going to do yoga and then I'm going to go out and live my life.
Right.
It affects everything.
Yes. And I think one of the most obvious similarities is the focus on our thoughts, right? I mean, unity is a new thought denomination, which means we recognize that the stuff our brain makes up impacts our lives and how we see the world. And so yoga also recognizes that, right? And says, okay, well, you can focus on all the negative stuff. Not that there's anything negative going on that we need to be concerned about right now. Seriously, right? Or we can, as I said last week, you know, I hate it when I say something on a Sunday and then I have hundreds of ways to practice that the following week. Like, remember when I said, just focus on what you can control, right? Yeah. Right? Just focus on what we can impact. That might be even a better way of saying it, because seriously, you guys, the control, it's an illusion. But what can we impact? And yoga recognizes that, right? What are we focused on? You know, are we joining in the chorus of, you know, the world's going to hell in a handbasket? Or are we part of the solution? Right? Yeah, seeing the good and what's possible. Now, the other thing I love about yoga is it doesn't deny the bad. It doesn't metaphysical, right? But it says, I have a choice of what I'm going to focus on. And I can make a difference without going down that rabbit hole, right? Yes, Miss Linda. I'm totally digging the sneakers today.
I was just hit with the positivity part of it, that it's a positive thought process, and that's what unity is about as well.
Yeah. And one of the things again, practical, because remember when Unity years and years ago, out at the village, it used to be called the School of Practical Christianity, because it's not anymore, but I love that it used to be, because it was saying, how can we take the teachings of Jesus into our lives, right? Like, get him off the pedestal, stop worshiping him, and start doing what he told us to do, which is love one another, right? Take care of one another, right? So yeah, and yoga, again, very practical. You want to live a happy, healthy life? Move, breathe, eat right, right? I mean, it's just practical, right? And think good thoughts. Yeah, Sarah.
In yoga, they also have what's called yamas and niyamas,
Okay.
and it is really their code of ethics. And it's, I was thinking of the 12 powers.
Hold it a
but-
little closer.
I was thinking of the 12 powers, but it really is much more specific.
Yes.
When they say non-harming, non-stealing, I mean, it really goes into the heart of that. Non-stealing is just not taking somebody's physical things, but also taking things that from their heart.
Right.
It's very deep.
And that's covered actually in the handout. So you'll see that. And because there was absolutely no way I could pronounce all of the different things that we talk about. So
Yeah, I just had a kind of term or thought that came, you were sharing about the practical aspects and, being what we teach and what we, believe. And the term that came to me with Christianity was applied Christianity.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And with yoga, everything is a practice, right? It's not some esoteric philosophy, although that's part of it, but it's how are you going to live it? Yeah, it's applied. Yes, I love that word. Yeah. So what I would like to do now is, because I really want you to experience this chanting, because this is, I love what you said, Chris, about coming to center, because, and the oneness, because that was our experience with the chanting. It brought us to center, and it was just so connecting. So I want to invite Linda and the prayer chaplains who are going to lead us. And please, all you have to do is whatever Linda says, we repeat, okay? Super easy.
I can testify to yoga and living it and having it change my life. When I lived in New York City, I practiced quite regularly and with two different teachers. And the second teacher I studied with incorporated sound into the asana practice. And I fell in love with the chanting. And this particular one that I shared with the prayer chaplains on retreat turns out to be very appropriate for today and what we're experiencing. It will be call and response, and I invite you to listen to the sound and not be so concerned with repeating the sounds correctly. It'll become more familiar as we repeat this chant over and over and over again. And if you need to stand up and chant, if you want to move your body, that's welcome as well. The English translation of this chant is, lead me from unreal to real, lead me from darkness to light, lead me from the fear of death to the knowledge of immortality. So, I have not chanted with a mic before, so we'll see how this goes. Asatoma, asatoma, Satgamaya, Satgamaya. Tamasoma, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya, Amritam Gamaya, Asatoma, Asatoma, Satgamaya, Satgamaya, Tamasoma, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya, Amritam Gamaya, Asatoma, Asatoma, Satgamaya, Satgamaya, Tamasoma, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya, Amritam Gamaya, Asatoma, Asatoma, Satgamaya, Satgamaya, Tamasoma, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya, Amritam Gamaya, Asatoma, Asatoma, Satgamaya, Satgamaya, Tamasoma, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya, Amritam Gamaya, Asatoma, Asatoma, Satgamaya, Satgamaya, Tamasoma, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya, Amritam Gamaya, Asatoma, Asatoma, Satgamaya, Satgamaya, Tamasoma, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya, Amritam Gamaya, Asatoma, Asatoma, Sat Satgamaya,
Satgamaya,
Tamasoma,
Tamasoma,
Jyotirgamaya,
Jyotirgamaya,
Mrityorma,
Mrityorma,
Amritam Gamaya,
Amritam Gamaya,
Asatoma,
Asatoma,
Satgamaya,
Satgamaya,
Tamasoma,
Tamasoma,
Jyotirgamaya,
Jyotirgamaya,
Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya,
Amritam Gamaya,
Asatoma,
Asatoma,
Satgamaya,
Satgamaya,
Tamasoma,
Tamasoma,
Jyotirgamaya,
Jyotirgamaya,
Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya,
Amritam Gamaya,
Asatoma,
Asatoma,
Satgamaya,
Satgamaya,
Tamasoma,
Tamasoma,
Jyotirgamaya,
Jyotirgamaya,
Amritata, Amritorma, Amritat Gamaya,
Amritam Gamaya.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you. And thank you, prayer chaplains. You can take yours. So, I know you had shared that translation with us at the retreat, but I forgot. And so I forgot when I asked you to do that, what it meant. And it was perfect. So thank you. So this is the time of our service where we do not pass a basket. So glad we don't do that anymore. We just express gratitude for your gifts, for your support of the work of this community, which is so important right now in the world, to bring that positive energy, that real human energy into the world, that beautiful integration of spirit and humanity to a world that is so desperate for that right now. So thank you.
I know who you really are. I see it in your eyes. Oh, you are a shining star. I know who you really are. I know who you really are. I see it in your eyes, a light for the world to see. I know who you're here to be. You're here to be the one. You're here to make it fun. You really got my head spinning. You brighten every room. You always leave too soon. This is just the beginning. I know who you really are. I see it in your eyes. Oh, you are a shining star. I know who you really are. You are incredible, you're unforgettable, the one that everyone's eyeing. You are an awesome friend, so magnificent, there's just no denying. Oh, I know who you're here to be. I see it in your eyes, a light for the world to see. I know who you're here to be. I know who you really are. Yes, I do. I see it in your eyes. Oh, you're a shining star. I know who you really are. I know who you really are.
Perfect. You know, Spirit is amazing because we chose that song because it went with yoga, like who we really are, right? Is spiritual beings having a very human experience. And as I was hearing them run through it this morning, I thought that describes Bev, because she was just such a shining star and always had a smile. And I'm sure she did say crosswords at home, but never here. I mean, she was just all support, all encouragement, all love. And so thank you guys both for ending on a high note, which is what Bev would have wanted. So thank you so much. That was beautiful. So let's stand and share in our unity blessing. And let's make sure we include our Facebook and YouTube friends, and also the two little angels that were in the back of the room with their parents today, being such great kids. Love having that energy in the room. So together, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in each and every one of you. Yes, we do. And let's sing the peace song with just special power and intention today, all right? Yeah. extinguish it after the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Okay, so since I messed up, Dan, go back to the candle snuffing. Go back one more, go back one more. There we go. All right. Together, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And now we will do the prayer for protection. As soon as there we go. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And wherever God is, all is well. Go forth, and this week let's dedicate our practice to peace on earth, and let's make Bev proud. Amen? Amen. Have a wonderful week after you have pizza and whatever, and help clean up the church. There we go. Bye-bye, our YouTube and Facebook friends. We love you so much. Have a wonderful week.